Hi guys, so we'll move on to the next part, and that is going to be mensuration and 3D geometry. What exactly does mensuration mean? Mensuration means it is a kind of a measurement. Okay, length हो गया, उसके बारे में हम देख चुके हैं. Area के बारे में हम देख चुके हैं. Okay, now we'll talk about the third kind of measurement, the measurement of space. Okay, so let's understand the basics of 3D geometry. Okay, what exactly do we mean by 3D or three dimensions? Okay, so when we started geometry, we understood the definition of the word point. Okay, a point has no length, no breadth, and no height. Basically, it has zero dimensions. Okay, but just for our understanding, okay, I'm purposely enlarging it so that you can view it. Okay, now what we do is we make the point move. Okay, and observe that a line is being formed, isn't it? And the line has exactly one dimension, that is the length. Okay, now what I will do is this line I will make it move down. Okay, so the line will now generate a surface. Can you see this? Okay, and this surface it's called as the plane. Okay, now the plane has two dimensions. Okay, जो original line था उसका length, and जितने distance से हमने उस line को stretch किया वो हो गया उसका breadth. Okay, so now we have generated a plane. Okay, that consists of two dimensions. All right, now guys इसी plane को हम क्या करेंगे, इसी plane को हम push करेंगे और या फिर इसी plane को हम क्या करेंगे, stretch करेंगे outside. Okay, so let's imagine this, guys. We have this surface, okay, and now this surface I am pulling out by some distance. Okay, you can imagine this happening over here. Okay, the red surface is being pulling out by is being pulled out by some distance. Okay, and now the surface will generate a box. Okay, so now we have a three-dimensional object. Okay, an object that has length, breadth, and the height. All right. Now let's understand how we got it. Okay, we started with the line. Okay, line has only the length. उसको हमने क्या किया, exactly b times pull कर दिया. So we are basically generating a plane, right? We are generating the area. The area is L into B in this case, right? And that's we have that, and that we call it as a two-dimensional surface, right? It has the length and the breadth. Okay, as I told you, the area is going to be length multiplied by the breadth. अब हम क्या करेंगे guys, इसी length into breadth वाले area को हम लोग बाहर pull करेंगे by a distance h. Okay, so that generates a box, right? And now this box of basically occupies some space, right? This space is basically called as the volume of the box. Okay, and this volume is nothing but the area that you have taken, the area stretched out by a distance h, right? So it is area multiplied by h, or this L into B into h. Okay, so we have the box, okay, also called as a cuboid, rectangle, parallelepiped, सब एक ही है. For the box, the space that you generate or the volume is nothing but L into B into h. Okay, if you've understood this process, okay, आगे हम प्रिज्म सीखेंगे और हम लोग सिलेंडर सीखेंगे, वहां समझना काफी इजी हो जाएगा. ओके, सो विजुअलाइज दिस प्रॉपर्ली गाइस. हमने रेफरेंस के लिए एक रेक्टेंगल लिया है, ओके, हैविंग डायमेंशंस L and B. उसको हमने h तक स्ट्रेच कर दिया, सो वी आर जनरेटिंग अ बॉक्स, राइट? एंड दैट्स अ थ्री डायमेंशनल ऑब्जेक्ट. द स्पेस और द वॉल्यूम फॉर द बॉक्स विल बी L into B into h. Okay, now apart from the volume, there are certain things we need to discuss about the box. Okay, so let's talk about the length, the breadth, and the height. Okay, so purposely what I've done is I've kept the box like upside down. Okay, so ये अपना length हो गया, this is the breadth, and this is the height. Okay, so now you can observe that the box has a front face, and similarly the box has a back face. Okay, for guys both the back and the front face, okay, we have the length as L and we have the breadth as h, right? So if you can observe guys, देखो एक rectangle दिखेगा आपको यहाँ पे. Okay, for this rectangle the length is L and the breadth is h. So for both the front face and the back face, the area of this rectangle is how much? L into h. Okay, similarly if you talk about the front, the right face and the left face here in this case, right? In the right face and the left face, guys, we have two rectangles, right? In these two rectangles, your length is B and your breadth is h, right? So B and h are the two lengths and the breadth of the rectangle. The area will be B into h in this case, right? And we also have the top and the bottom. Okay, so top face and the bottom face of the box here. Okay, for both of them, guys, you can observe that this is a rectangle. Okay, the top face is a rectangle, right? The bottom face also is a rectangle. Okay, जिसके dimensions are B and L, right? So the area for this top box and the bottom box, or the top face and the bottom face of the box, is basically L into B, right? Now guys, if I want to suppose paint the whole box, okay, I'll be painting the front face, the back face, right face, the left face, and top face and the bottom face, right? So I'll be basically painting this entire area, the top face and the bottom face, okay, the left and the right faces and the front and the back faces. Okay, when I add all these areas, okay, I'll get the total surface area of the box. Okay, and now you can observe that we have a direct formula for all these boxes ka. total surface area, it is twice of LB, L into B plus B into H plus L into H. Okay, this is called as the total surface area. तो जहां भी आप क्वेश्चन देखेंगे कि आपके पास एक बॉक्स है, उस पूरे बॉक्स को पेंट करना है, right? They'll be asked to basically find out the total area to be painted, that is the total surface area. Okay, let's go on to the next part, guys. Okay, अब इसी चीज में सपोज मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि आपको सिर्फ इस पर्टिकुलर बॉक्स के वॉल्स को पेंट करना है. Guys, if you have a wall here, okay, you are painting only the front and the back face or the left and the right faces, right? Only these four walls, right? You won't paint the top and the bottom faces, isn't it? तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे यहाँ पे? If you want to paint the wall only, you'll paint the left and the right faces, B into H दो बार, and you basically paint the front and the back faces, L into H दो बार. Okay, so when you add all these, you'll get 2 into H common. You will have L plus B, 2 into H into L plus B. That is the wall area. It is also called as the lateral surface area, guys. So for the box, you have studied three things till now. You've studied the volume, okay, L into B into H. You've studied the total surface area, twice of LB plus BH plus LH, and we have also seen the lateral surface area or the wall area, twice of H into L plus B. Okay, let's go on to the next part, guys. If I ask you, find the length of the longest rod that can be placed in the box. Okay, now guys, you can observe there are different ways to place the rod here in the box, right? You can place it across the length, you may place it across the breadth or the height. Okay, you may place it across the diagonal form by the length and the breadth. So it is going to be something like this. ऐसे कुछ तो होगा. Okay, you can also place it across the diagonal form by the side faces, right? B और H के बीच का जो rectangle, right angle triangle बनेगा वो उसका hypotenuse, right? So you can you can place the rod in different ways, okay, or by taking different line segments across the box, right? But if you observe, guys, the longest rod will be the one, okay, जिसके बीच में there is maximum distance. So you have to find out 2 points, guys, which will have the maximum distance across the box. Okay, so if you observe carefully, if I take one face as here, okay, the other face will be here, okay, and I join these two, I'll get the length of the longest rod that can be placed across the room. Okay, so let's go on further now to understand this better. What we need to do is we need to basically find the length of this longest rod. So what we observe is niche there is a right angle triangle being formed, right? Iske both sides are L and B, right? Can you observe this? So can you find out the length of the hypotenuse? Yes, that will be square root of L square plus B square, right? एक और right angle triangle बन रहा है, guys, यहाँ पे. Can you observe this? I think you can. Okay, the red colored right angle triangle. Okay, जिसका एक side is root of L square plus B square, this one, and the other side is H. Apply Pythagoras theorem. The hypotenuse is square root of L square plus B square plus H square. Okay, this is called as the body diagonal. Okay, for the box or for the cuboid, the length of the largest rod that can be placed inside the box, it is also called as the body diagonal. Length of the body diagonal. Okay, and that will be square root of L square plus B square plus H square. Okay, so you can remember it as a formula. Okay, the length of the largest rod that can be placed inside the box. Okay, so summarizing everything we've seen right now, guys, the cuboid has total surface area twice of LB plus BH plus LH, wall area 2 into H into L plus B. Okay, then we have the body diagonal, that is square root of L square plus B square plus H square, and then we have the volume, that is L into B into H. Okay, now guys, a special case क्या होगा इस cuboid का, that will become a cube, right? This is the typical cube I was talking about. Okay, if you observe, guys, for the cube, the length, the breadth and the height, all three will be equal, right? So in this case, for the data we have found for the cuboid, okay, we substitute the values of L, B and H as equal. Okay, so हमें क्या मिलेगा? Total surface area will be A into A, L and B both are equal to A. B into H will again be A into A. L into H also will be A into A, right? So A into A plus A into A plus A into A is 3A square, into 2 will be 6A square, right? You can also imagine it this way, guys. For the total surface area, I have squares, right? A square ये हो गया, इसका area हो गया A square. अगर edge A हो गया, ये क्या हो गया A square, right? ऐसे 6 squares, right? Front, back, okay, left, right, okay, top and bottom, right? So total surface area is 6 times A square or 6A square. Similarly, guys, अगर wall area बोलेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? The wall areas are the left and right faces, the front and the back faces, right? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. 4 into A square is going to be your wall area in this case. Okay, body diagonal will be root of A square plus B square plus H square, root of 3A square, that is root 3A, right? And the volume will be A into A cube. All right. The length of the diagonals DF, AG and CE of the cube shown in the adjoining figure are equal to the 3 sides of a triangle. Then the radius of the circle circumscribing that triangle will be. You can try this question out. Okay, I'm giving you some time, or you can just pause the video and just resume it to look at the solution. All right. So they're mentioning that you want to find out the radius of the circle circumscribing a triangle. Okay. So guys, if you talk about a triangle, what about the circle that circumscribes a triangle? We have seen this. It's called as the circumcircle. And उस circle का radius क्या कहलाता है guys? That radius is called as the circumradius, right? So basically, you want to find out the value of the circumradius for this given triangle, right? Okay. So let's go on further now. If you talk about the circumradius, if you talk about the triangle also, the triangle is formed by taking three sides. And what are the three sides? The diagonals DG, DF, AG, and CE for this given cube, right? For this given cube, the diagonals are taken as the sides of the triangle. Let us take this edge of the cube as equal to A units. Okay. तो उसके body diagonal क्या हो जाएंगे? DF, CE, and AG. The body diagonals will be nothing but root 3A, right? So guys, what I'm doing is I'm forming a triangle, and the triangle has sides equal to root 3A each. Okay, that means an equilateral triangle is being formed having value of the length of its side as root 3 times A. Okay, where A is the edge length of the cube, right? Okay, but guys, we have seen that for an equilateral triangle, the circumradius is nothing but the side divided by root 3, and the side we found as root 3A, isn't it guys? So we substitute side ke jagah pe root 3A. Okay, root 3 will simply get cancelled out. The circumradius is simply equal to A, that is the edge of the cube, right? So the answer is the radius of the circle circumscribing the triangle, or the circumradius is equal to option A, that is equal to the side of the cube. Ratio of the length, breadth, and height of a cuboid is 4:3:2. All the faces are to be painted, and the unit cost of painting is rupees 10 per centimeter square. Find the dimensions of the cube if the total cost of painting the cuboid is rupees 1,17,000. All right. So what you can do in this question is you can assume the common multiple to be equal to A. So the length, the breadth, and the height will be 4A, 3A, and 2A. Okay. If the length, breadth, and height are given, can we calculate the total surface area? It will be twice of LB plus BH plus LH, right? So twice of 4A into 3A plus 3A into 2A plus 4A into 2A. Okay, 4A into 3A will be 12A square. 3A into 2A is 6A square. 4A into 2A will be 8A square. Okay, 12, 6, and 8 will be equal to 26A square into 2 will be 52A square. So total surface area for this cuboid is nothing, for the cuboid is nothing but 52A square. Okay, and the painting cost per centimeter square, per area. Okay, unit area का painting cost कितना है? 10 rupees per centimeter square. So the total painting cost is 52A square multiplied by 10. This is given to you in the question as 117,000. Okay, if you simplify, you get A square equals to 25, or A is equal to 15. Okay, if you resubstitute the values for 4A, 3A, and 2A, they are 4 into 15, 3 into 15, 2 into 15. The answer is length, breadth, and height being 60, 45, and 30. Okay. Now, what you could have additionally done was, guys, you could have assumed the length, breadth, and height as 4, 3, and 2 as such. In that case, the surface area would have been 4 into 3 plus 3 into 2 plus 4 into 2. Okay, 4 3 is 12, 3 2 is 6, 4 2 is 8. Okay, 12 plus 8 plus 6 is 26, into 2 is 52. Okay, 52 unit square is going to be your painting, is going to be surface area. Okay, now divide this by the total unit painting cost. Okay, divide this by 10, you will get 11,700. Okay, so 52 unit square corresponds to 11,700. So what is 1 unit square? 1 unit square is 11,700 divided by 52. Now, if you know tables, guys, things are very easy. 13 के tables से आता है, 13 9s are 117, 0 0, and 13 4s are. Okay, वापस ये cancel होगा 225. So you get 1 unit square 225. So 1 unit कितना होगा? Taking square roots on both sides. So if 1 unit is 15, okay, then 4, 3, and 2 units कितने होंगे, guys? 4 into 15, 3 into 15, 2 into 15. Okay, this is the exact same method. Okay, only thing is I'm not making any equation. I'm not writing any equation. I'm doing it mentally. Okay, so that really helps us.